Hello, my name is Sebastian Copeland. I'm a polar explorer and a climate analyst and the founder of the SEDNA Foundation. At the Foundation, we explore the interconnection of various influences, natural and human. And of course, we look at anthropogenic impact on biodiversity and various ecosystems. The oceans display the same concern that its land-based and atmospheric counterparts do, specifically high levels of stress leading to what is most likely going to be a total collapse in some regions. And of course, it does not have to be. We could allow the oceans to be the powerful source of solutions that it is if we simply would let it. With multilateral agreements and policy enforcements, we can help nature do what it does best, and that is to regulate. And I think there are a few low-hanging fruits for that. One of them is essentially using ocean-based renewable energy. In Europe, we have 5,400 offshore wind turbines that meet the growing energy needs of the continent. In the United States, we have exactly 7. So that seems to me an easy target. Offshore wind turbines are enabling countries like Denmark and Norway and other Scandinavian nations to not just meet but exceed their energy targets for 2035 and 2050. Another area at sea which could certainly reduce greatly emissions is transport with the industrial transport fleets by retooling their energy needs to zero carbon fuels. And we have presently that technology with a growing development in hydrogen and ammonia and some biofuels. And we can certainly phase out the diesel and bunker oil that is not just polluting the oceans themselves, but also the atmosphere. In terms of coastal and marine ecosystem management, there is an enormous potential with mangroves and salt marshes and seagrasses that store carbon, and the seaweed that can be used for agriculture, that can be used for food, fuel, and feed, and certainly reduce greatly the land-based counterparts, which are energy intensive and release a lot of carbon dioxide. And finally, we've got the fisheries and marine aquacultures, and basically are meeting a dietary needs by shifting away from land-based protein and more towards a less carbon-intensive ocean counterpart. To that effect, however, there's a lot of work to be done. For one, we absolutely need to empower the smaller fisheries. Essentially, there's a local base fishermen. There's about 125 to 130 million of them around the world that depend on fishing, and mostly women, in fact. But those revenue sources are being threatened by the industrial fisheries, fishing fleets, that is. Industrial fishing fleets that are being subsidized at the tune of $22 billion annually in public fund, and that needs to stop, because these industrial fishing fleets are the ones that are doing the most damage, destroying the seabed and all of its ability to replenish the marine food web. And we need to stop lawlessness at sea, enabling these fleets to go essentially unregulated, and as well having profound violation of human rights, and in many cases just criminal activities that go unpunished. The ocean climate connection is critical. We need to be connected to what the ocean has been doing to enable us to generate the farming cycles that we've been benefiting for the most part of the last 12,000 years, and on which we've defined our new modern farming techniques. Without ocean, without climate, we can no longer produce the amount of global calories needed to sustain ourselves as a species. And the good news is we have solutions in hand. It's time to implement them. Thank you for listening.